What am I doing? I can't see anything with my glasses on. Shoot, left my glasses. I'll get them. That's more better. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so today's video is a little different. Hey, how you doing? So I just bought this saw. It's a 311. I'll show you how it cuts here in a minute. But what I wanted to go over was this sharpener again. I did a review on them a while back, like a year ago, maybe longer. And I went and bought this saw, and I noticed they had a different brand, an off-brand, but a different brand than Stihl. These aren't cheap; they're like 50 bucks, and this one was only $25. And I thought, man, looks the same. How bad can it? You got to do the job, right? Now, just a backstory: I use these for touching up when I'm down here cutting. I don't use them for really getting in there and sharpening the chain. I just use a regular file for that. But these are really good at touching them up while you're down here working. You know, after every fill up or two, I'll touch it up, make sure the flakes are still coming out good, yada, yada, yada. And they also get your rakes too, which is really nice. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I bought an off-brand, and I was sharpening my saw with it. I wasn't thinking, wasn't even really listening how I was just now. I listened to the grind, and I went to cut, and I was like, this saw is not cutting right. Like, it's a brand new chain. It cut beautifully at first because it's a brand new chain. Let this car go by. Truck. And it cut beautifully at first, of course, brand new chain. But as the day went on, it got the cut got more powdery and, you know, not as good. So I wanted to touch it up. Used the off-brand, another busy day, another car going by. And so I touched it up, and I wasn't paying attention, but it didn't sound right, but I wasn't paying attention. I was just filing and going to work. Went to cut it with it again, and like it did nothing. Like, what's going on? So I cut for a little bit, struggled, went to sharpen it again. This time I listened. Like, that doesn't sound right. Started looking at it, and here it wasn't cutting at an angle. It was like taking the front of the tooth right off. So instead of having a sharp blade there, a sharp edge, it had wasn't rounded, it was squared off. And wasn't a square file or anything like that. It wasn't what you guys were thinking. But like, that can't be right. That can't be right. Tried it again. Wasn't working. So I took it back. I thought, am I going crazy? Talked to the shop owner, and he checked it out, and he's like, yeah, this isn't right. So they notified the company. They gave me the price back for what I paid for it, and I went and bought a Stihl. My point is, long story short, off-brands are great. A lot of times they're great, you know, but sometimes you get a lemon. This was a lemon. And I think my lesson is I've always bought Stihl products. I do have a Husqvarna saw. It was given to me. It's great. I have no problem with it. But again, it's a top brand saw. Sometimes off-brands just aren't worth the risk or the money return. Because what happened, I had a hassle. I kind of almost ruined my chain, really. I went back to the house and sharpened it with a regular file and got it working now. And it's good now. So anyways, we're going to take this saw out. The 311 is brand new to me. I run it like twice, 2 or 3 times. And we're going to run it today, and you'll see how it works for me. Talk to you in a bit. Let's get this saw fired up, and we'll see how she cuts. I think she'll do just fine. Well, I already know she does because I've cut it before, but you tell me. And we worked in the chain a little bit. Nice uniform cut. Works for me. Check out these slings. These shavings. Looks about right to me. What do you think? You tell me if it could be better. So, saw this in my mouth. Tastes good. I ate lunch. So back to my original thought is, you know, off brands are great sometimes, and sometimes they're not. I think I'm going to stick with the upper echelon, with the Stihl and the Husqvarna things from this point on. Depending on what you're buying. You know, I've bought some different things like pickaroons, things like that, and they all work great. Sometimes the handles fall out of them on the off brands. You can fix that pretty easily, save you 20-30 bucks on the tool itself. But something like that, no. The way they had it angled and set up, it wasn't right. No matter what file I had in there, it wasn't going to work. So there you go. The rest of this video is just going to be me cutting firewood. So if you want to stick around and watch it, thank you. If not, you want to go get some coffee or whatever and just listen to a saw in the background, I appreciate it. Get this camera set up, and I'm gonna go to work. But I'll talk to you all later. Bye.